So why is it so important that we support beginning teachers, especially in the career and technical education field? How can a systemic, comprehensive, research-based program for beginning teacher mentoring serve to increase teacher retention, improve student achievement, and benefit the school system as a whole? Career and technical education is on the rise, especially in the state of Texas. Statewide, 1,209,784 students were enrolled in CTE programs in the 2014-2015 school year, representing approximately 23% of students in the state. Interestingly, that number represents 84% of the total high school population, the students who most frequently take CTE classes. As you can see in this graphic, the enrollment percentages continued to grow in 2015 and 2016 school year, with 15 of the 20 regions boasting at least 24 to 25% enrollment. Despite the growth of the CTE field and the increase in student enrollment, the rate of growth for full-time equivalent teachers has not maintained a comparable pace. From 2011 to 2015, student enrollment in CTE courses increased by 4.2% per year. During that same time frame, teacher employment only saw 2.8% growth. The growing demand created by student enrollment in CTE programs has not been met by teacher supply, and Texas has experienced statewide teacher shortages as a result. To make matters worse, the National Center for Educational Statistics found that 16.1% of career and technical education teachers leave the profession after their first year of teaching, a turnover rate significantly higher than the overall teacher turnover rate of 10.3%. Continuing the trend, 30% more will end their teaching career by the fifth year. So not only are there not enough qualified CTE teachers to accommodate the growing student population, but those who are certified and in the field are leaving at an elevated rate. One study found that 95% of teacher demand is in fact a result of teachers leaving their positions. A pattern of chronic turnover causes instructional, financial, and organizational costs that destabilize learning communities. One of the most important and worrisome results of high teacher turnover is that student achievement suffers. A 2013 study that observed students over 8 years found that students in grade levels with high turnover score lower in both English language arts and math. To exacerbate the situation, in historically underserved communities, the same communities that have students who are often especially dependent on teachers, the problems caused by turnover are more pronounced. And teacher turnover is by no means cheap. It is estimated that the cost of losing an employee can be between 100% to 300% of that employee's salary. Teacher turnover cost Dallas County $80 million alone in 2015. On a national scale, 500,000 teachers move on or leave the profession every year. Approximately 60% of this turnover results from teachers transferring between schools, while about 40% results from teachers leaving the profession. That teacher turnover costs the country a staggering $2.2 billion every year. It is crucial that a systemic mentor program be instituted to support new teachers and improve retention rates. Through this systemic support, persons in each part of the system have responsibilities to the beginning teacher, just as the beginning teacher has responsibilities to the person or persons serving in support roles. One of the key elements of a quality systemic mentoring program is teaching the new teachers self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is the belief that one is capable of performing in a certain manner or attaining certain goals. All too often in traditional beginning teacher support programs, the support providers have the best of intentions, but they can unknowingly foster unhealthy dependencies. Principals and mentors see themselves in the role of experts who try to fix problems encountered by beginning teachers instead of building their beliefs that they have those capabilities within themselves to solve a diverse range of problems. Self-efficacy is the belief that one has the capabilities to execute the courses of action required to manage prospective situations. In order to build self-efficacy, support providers must build relationships of trust in which vulnerable new teachers feel safe to take risks. Self-efficacy is actually demonstrated when teachers slightly overestimate their teaching skills. Their motivation to expend effort and to persist in the face of setbacks will help them to make the most of the skills and capabilities they do possess. For example, mentors learn that it is often best to answer a question with a question. When a harried beginning teacher comes to his or her mentor to complain about the unruly behavior in the 5th period class, an untrained mentor would probably immediately start giving advice, telling the teacher what to do in the situation and sending a subliminal message that the teacher is not capable of coming up with reasonable solutions. In that case, the mentor owns the solution to the problem, and the beginning teacher has lost an opportunity to learn problem solving and build self-efficacy. It is more effective to answer their inquiry with a question of your own that will steer them to find the solution on their own. Some of the ways to assist beginning teachers in building self-efficacy include the following: ensuring the beginning teacher meets regularly with his or her mentor to engage in reflective conversations about planning, classroom environment, instruction, and professional responsibilities; helping the beginning teacher recognize his or her ability to problem solve; and making the beginning teacher aware of resources that are available. Just as all great teachers don't instinctively know how to mentor, principals and other busy professionals may not be aware of what they can do to specifically support beginning teachers. Some examples of specific responsibilities for principals include the following. Make sure mentors receive the necessary training. Allocate appropriate and mutual time for mentor and beginning teacher pairs to meet and collaborate. Shadow beginning teachers and see what they do on a given day. And make time for CTE beginning teachers to meet with core academic educators. Mentors also have an integral role in beginning teacher support. Their many responsibilities include the following. Conduct coaching conversations focused on instruction and student achievement. Conduct focused observations on areas identified by the beginning teacher, and coordinate peer observations to provide beginning teachers with opportunities to observe exemplary practices. Although there are a wealth of CTE mentoring strategies available for administrators, many beginning CTE teachers still find themselves struggling in the classroom. Here's what some of these new teachers are saying.
I feel so isolated. I never get the opportunity to network or collaborate with core academic teachers. This is a problem because I'd like to know more about how they implement project-based learning, and nobody on my campus teaches the same course as me.
There are so many students in our CTE classes who don't want to be there. CTE classes feel like a dumping ground for students who are disruptive in other classes. As a new teacher, I have a very hard time managing student behavior.
I wish my administrator understood more about my CTE curriculum, the expectations for instruction in a CTE classroom, and the impact that CTE has on students' college and career readiness.
I wish somebody would make sure the mentoring process actually takes place. It's not enough to just assign a mentor. I need ongoing support.
I struggle with simple tasks like entering grades and registering a CTSO, but I don't want to ask for help and appear incompetent.
So what can you do to help? Join us next time to learn more about facilitating a supportive environment for career and technical education beginning teachers.